Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on what your SP is thinking while you're manifesting them. I'll mention also, if you don't know your SP, like the SP doesn't know you, it's a stranger, what they're thinking, because that also is a question that came up. Before we get started with this video, if you have not already, definitely subscribe and give it a like. I also have a workbook on how to manifest money, and it is a magical workbook, and I call it that because I created it, and I have set the intention that everyone that buys the workbook is able to manifest the money that they desire. So all of that is down below, and I think that's it. So let's get started. I was confused, okay, when I first heard about everyone is you pushed out and all these things, and I'm like, but what about strangers? Like, I don't get it. And it really is, everyone is you pushed out. So it doesn't matter who it is, you are going to manifest that person a certain way. Whenever I talk about this, I like to bring up stereotypes, the way that you stereotype a certain person, like whether it is some activity that they're involved in, or the color of their skin, or their sex, who they're into. Like, all those things have prejudgments to them, and most of the time, if you have judgments according to these things, it will be filled by the person that you're speaking with. So let's say that I have a thing where anytime that I see someone who, let me say something about myself so that I don't offend anybody. Every time I see someone with a Kenyan bracelet, I'm like, oh, they're Kenyan. If I see the Kenyan bracelet, that means they're Kenyan. So every time I see a Kenyan bracelet on someone, I'm gonna know that they are Kenyan, which not necessarily is true. Like, you could give your Kenyan bracelets to like family members who aren't Kenyan, but everyone that I meet that has a Kenyan bracelet usually is Kenyan. So all that to say, when you're manifesting an SP, if you do know the person, like this is an SP that you have experienced before, most of the time, most likely, I should say, not most of the time, most likely how it will play out, if you are saying that he loves me, he loves me, he loves me, and that's your affirmation, you've been saying it all the time, you just can't see anything. Like, let's say nothing has happened in the 3D, but you have been affirming, he loves me, he loves me, he loves me, right? How this could play out, like why maybe you're not getting anything in the 3D is probably because maybe he's just nervous. Have you ever thought about that? Because like, let's really think about it. When you find out that you love someone and you really feel that deep love for somebody, it's not easy to just like freely say that that's how you feel about someone, you know? Like, for a lot of people, that's a struggle, okay? So if I just found out that I'm in love with someone and I'm like, oh shit, I think I love them. Whoa, do I really love them? Or is this just like a random thing? Like, the thoughts that would play out, okay? Even though I'm like, no, I do love this person, I would second guess it for a second, because it'll be like a random thought that comes up. But you continuing to say, he loves me, he loves me, he loves me, or for me, she loves me, she loves me, she loves me, I'm gonna be like, now, oh, I do love him. Wait, I do love him. I do love him. I'm gonna tell him I love him. But I'm going to work up the courage to get to that point where I'm saying that I love you. Do you get what I'm saying? And it all depends. I'm just saying, like, this is a scenario that happens to many people where it's like they'll be affirming and nothing is happening in their 3D, like where they aren't even in contact with them. It could just be like they're going through an inner struggle. Like, have you not gone through an inner struggle about them? Like, it's only fair that you give them a little bit of time, just give them a little second to get to the same page as you, but they are getting everything that you're saying, every affirmation that you say. But so now that I've said that, when you now waver, okay, so let's say you're saying he loves me, he loves me, he loves me, but then I look in the 3D, wait, I don't see anything, maybe he doesn't love me, maybe he doesn't love me, I don't think he loves me. So you checking the 3D and confirming that it is true, like the 3D is true, like, because I'm not seeing anything, he doesn't love me. Because you've now said that, now he's like, oh, okay, she doesn't love me, she doesn't love me, she doesn't really love me, maybe I love her, but she doesn't love me, you know? Do you see what I'm saying? Immediately when you're wavering, they're wavering. And if you think about it that way, it makes persisting a lot more motivating, I guess, or persisting a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not difficult, easy. The word is easy. Anyway, so it makes persisting a lot easier because you're like, oh no, but this just means what I think it means. You know, like you are the judge of your whole reality. If you look in the 3D and nothing is happening, or they're even with someone else, maybe they're with someone else, and you're looking at it, you can judge what's going on there. How do you know? How do you know? Actually, for all my book girlies out there, how do you know he's not just in a fake relationship in order to make you jealous? How do you know? Like, truly, how do you know? Or how do you know it's even a third party party. Truly, how do you know? It could just be a cousin from Italy, and there you go. So yeah, that's how it could play out. It's that you're affirming he loves you, he loves you, he loves you. Then he's gonna be like, I love her, I love her, I love her. But he might not act on it yet. Maybe he's planning like a whole big surprise. Like, I've just given you 5 different scenarios as to why there is nothing happening in the 3D. Pick one, and that's your reality. And whatever you pick is true. Believe it. That is it. He could be planning like a whole surprise in order to tell you that he loves you. Maybe he's planning like a whole getaway, and it's like taking time. Maybe he has to work overtime in order to pay for the vacation that he wants to take you on in order to tell you that he loves you and wants to marry you. Is that not a possibility for you? And if you don't believe that that's a possibility for you, we need to work on now your self-concept. That's a whole other story. All that to say, now let's move on to if it's a stranger SP, how it could play out. A lot of people don't like get how this could be possible. Let's say I'm manifesting Alicia Marie. If I'm trying to manifest Alicia Marie to be my bestest friend ever, okay? She is my best friend. I love her. She's my best friend. We get along so well. Everything, like, we hang out all the time, all these things. Like, I'm affirming these things. So how it would play out is all these affirmations that I'm saying have to become true somehow, right? So how it could play out, one, it could be that she finds my YouTube channel and falls in love with all my YouTube videos and is like, oh my gosh, she's a great person. I want to be her friend. I'm going to DM her. Now, all the affirmations haven't happened yet, obviously, but because I'm now focusing on us being best friends, even though she doesn't know who I am, we are best friends in my mind. The 3D has to now catch up to that, like catch up to us being best friends. This is why coaches always say to focus on the end, because all this middle has to, like, it needs to fast forward in order to get to this end. That's why you focus on the end, so that you can get there faster. Like, and because you are focusing, like for me, focusing on me and Alicia Marie being bestest of the best friends, the universe now has to figure out a way for us to become best friends. How it happens does not matter. It does not matter. But a way it could happen is her finding my channel. We become best friends. We are in the world of social media. Anyone can get in contact with anybody. Anyone can find anybody. What I'm trying to say when it comes to a stranger SP, it could all happen in an instant. Like, how often do you guys find someone on social media and are like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like we could be friends. Like, I feel like I could be friends with that YouTuber. I feel like I could date that celebrity. I feel like blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you don't think that the opposite happens? Like, a celebrity doesn't look at a Instagram and is like, ooh, I feel like I want to date that person. Like, it can happen. And again, if you don't believe it can happen for you, that's a self-concept thing. You can manifest anything. I guess I should add in here, like, if you're manifesting a celebrity SP, because I've noticed that's like the new wave of like things is people want to manifest celebrities. So when it comes to manifesting a celebrity, someone you don't know, it's the same thing. Like, social media is a thing. And even if you don't have social media, you're telling me you don't go to the store, you're telling me you don't leave your house to get gas, you're telling me you don't do anything, like, the universe will figure it out. You do not have to worry about anything. Think about it like how you are ordering something at a restaurant. Do you worry about who is cooking your food? Do you worry about how, well, for some people, you might worry about how it's prepared, but you can say how it's prepared, but you're not going to be hounding the people and like looking over their shoulders, making sure that they do it exactly how you want it. Like, no, if you say that it's gonna go this way, that's it. That's all you need to say. Don't go against it. Like, don't be like, oh, but can it happen? If you say, but can it happen? You're going to the other side, because now you're in the, but can it happen instead of it's happened. I hope I'm making sense, because I'm saying a lot of words. So all that to say, if it's a stranger that you're manifesting, focus on the end, whatever that end is, whether it's a date, whether it's a text message, whether it's a follow, whether it's a marriage, focus on the end, like the end that you want. And then everything else will play out naturally in some way, and it'll be whatever is natural to you. So for someone who has social media, it will be very natural for someone to be able to find your social media, right? Like, even if it is private, someone could see your profile pic and be like, oh, she's cute, let me message her. Simple. And even if, like, some people might be worried, like, what if the message doesn't go through? What if it goes to spam, blah, blah, blah? It won't happen like that unless you say it's gonna happen like that. So stop even putting that possibility in your mind. Focus on the end. How it happens does not matter. It will be here. That's all you have to worry about. And if you're wanting to calm yourself down, definitely watch my last video, because in that video, I give you a technique that really does help you calm yourself when you are in a space where you're questioning things. Do the technique I did in that video and you will be Gucci. I promise you. I've been doing it for the past month and I feel like a new woman that I can take on the world. Like, you can't tell me shit. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other like particular questions, let me know down below. Just know everything will happen naturally. What they are thinking is what you are thinking. Anyway, okay, so this video is getting long enough. I didn't want to be editing all day, so we need to stop this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not already, definitely subscribe. And for the comment of the day, this is the emoji. And if you are new here, you guys leave a comment either either the most recent thing that you manifested, or your favorite thing that you manifested, or like a manifestation that you want to leave down below. Anyways, that's it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like if you haven't already. Buy my workbook if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in a later one. Bye.